Hey everyone, welcome to Hobby Hunters. I'm your host, Mason DeHaan. Here on the show, our focus is on exploring and trying out a wide variety of hobbies. We're doing this both to find some new hobbies for ourselves and also show you some things you might be interested in. We only explore things that are safe, beneficial, and non-harming to others. For this reason, we fully support and encourage you to try these things at home. Without any further ado, here's YouTube as a hobby. So, YouTube as a hobby. In this video, I'll show you my process of making a YouTube video. I'll take a look at some pros and cons of having it as a hobby. I'll take a look at the cost of YouTube and show you my personal equipment. And at the end, we have an interview with Tia Travels, a YouTuber a bit more prominent than myself, with 3,000 subscribers and a video amassing over 1 million views. The first step in making a video is having an idea. This could be literally anything, but it's important to have some direction going in what you want to make. For the biggest and probably most obvious step, you need to film the video.
Well, you get the picture. Thanks, Pam.
This entails acting, cinematography, set and character design, a number of other things, or even just talking at the camera. Preparation is very important for this step, and hopefully by the end, you have some beautiful raw footage. With that footage, we'll move on to the next step, which is editing. For my editing, I use Adobe After Effects, a pretty hefty video editing software. The most essential thing in this step is making sure your video flows smoothly. This includes clipping footage that went too long, putting things together in a sequential way, and adding music if you want to. Those things can easily be done on iMovie or Windows Movie Maker, two excellent beginner softwares. If you are interested in more intense effects, Adobe After Effects is great for those, and I'm more than willing to make an instructional video if anyone is interested. Just please leave a comment down below. Once your video is created and ready to go, the last step is marketing. This is the step that I put the least amount of focus on, as from a hobby standpoint, I enjoy the previous steps more. If you are looking to build a big fan base, this step is going to be much more important. The basics of this are uploading the video with a good title, a thought-out description, useful tags, and an eye-catching thumbnail. After that, you're more than welcome to share it to your social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, even Reddit, and build from there. In terms of pros for this hobby, it can be fun. You gain a lot of skills in computer editing, cinematography, or acting. It keeps your mind creative. An online connection. You can create something that you're proud of. Potential big bucks. Relationship building. You're able to see yourself grow, both figuratively and literally. And it sounds cool. In terms of cons, with an online presence comes potential bullying and potential employers seeing it one day and frowning upon it. You need a constant flow of ideas. It can be difficult to take off. It can be frustrating, time-consuming, and the cost, which we'll talk about next. In terms of cost for YouTube, I'd say it's intermediate to high. If you're just starting out and have a smartphone, I'd recommend using that. A lot of phones nowadays have good enough video recording quality for it to be able to make a solid YouTube video. If you're interested in a setup similar to mine, the equipment and cost are as follows. First and foremost, I have a Canon Rebel T6i. I have a Joby flexible tripod. I have an extra Ravelli tripod, extra SD cards, extra batteries, and a Rode VideoMic Pro. All of these add up to about $930 for a setup similar to mine. Hopefully now you know a bit more about YouTube and you're able to tackle the hobby yourself. But before you do so, let's hear from someone else.
I'm here!
Welcome, Tia Travels 24.
Hi!
Okay, so questions for you today. Feel free to answer as long as short as you want. First one, who is your favorite YouTuber? Present company included.
Well, me, of course. I'm Tia Travels 24 and I enjoy my YouTube channel. I also enjoy the channel of Catherine Rose. I think that she's really fun and her confidence really shows on camera. Don't really honestly watch a ton of other YouTubers, and the ones that I've watched have evolved a lot as I've gotten older, but I do enjoy Masonide's channel as well.
Good answer. Tell me a bit about your channel, including the origin story.
Okay, well, my channel is Tia Travels, and I make videos about a whole lot of different things, and that's sometimes one of the critiques that Mason gives me, actually. All I hear about from him is finding a niche, which I have yet to find, and I think though that that's kind of what makes my channel unique, is that I do get to talk about a lot of things. I think I'm probably most well known for talking about mental health, specifically anorexia, and my own story with it. I posted a video when I was in college that has amassed over 1 million views, which I never thought would happen. I did that because I wanted to kind of share my story. I was lonely. I didn't really know what to do or who to talk to, and I was going through kind of a lot at the time, and I talk a whole lot more about all of that on my channel in a couple of different videos, but that's how it started, and now I really just do it for fun. I'm a little bit off my routine of it, but it's just something I enjoy doing as a way to share and remember my life.
All right, cut. Just kidding.
Bro!
Just kidding. No, I was getting out the rest of the interview questions.
You're
so.
literally falling asleep. You told
No.
me to talk naturally.
No, it was good. No, answer for that one. What is your favorite part about making YouTube videos?
Definitely the creativity of it. I like just being able to do whatever I want. And I try and I guess maybe censor myself a little bit. I don't like to get too crazy or explicitly speaking on camera, but I really do like the ability to, you know, for the most part, be pretty real, and I kind of just talk to the camera like I would a person, and it's just a fun way for me to share my thoughts and then also go back and like remember and look back on some of the things that I'm doing and thinking at certain points in my life.
Least favorite part?
Oh God, right now it's definitely being consistent, which I am kind of struggling with right now at the moment, to be totally honest. I do real estate, and I'm in my first year in real estate, and I got really busy the last month or so, so I fell off my wagon of making videos, so I'm just a little bit behind right now. So I think just the time, because I do try and make every video as good as I can, and sometimes it can be time consuming, so I think that's probably the hardest part for me.
What advice would you give to someone thinking about starting a YouTube channel?
I would say go for it. I think I waited for a really long time. I'm not gonna lie, when I was like in high school and even middle school, Mason has probably watched me do this over the course of growing up together, but I watched a ton of different... What?
It was just,
Do I need to redo the clip?
No, it just got a little bit fuzzy for a second.
Okay. Growing up together, Mason probably saw me do this, but I loved certain YouTubers, and I really looked up to like the old school makeup gurus like Blair Fowler, her sister Elle Fowler, and I really found a lot of inspiration with them. But for so long, I was so nervous and scared to ever be able to actually come on camera, and I do take that back. I did film videos. I just wouldn't ever post them, and they're a little bit cringy now. But at the same time, I think if I would have just dived in and done it, I think I probably would have gained confidence. I probably would have like been able to find the voice that I feel like I now have, and would have been able to share more of my life in that way. So I think if it is at all something you're thinking about, definitely go for it. Don't worry what other people think. Don't worry about the specifics of it, because it'll work out as you go.
Since this is Hobby Hunters, we have to ask you this question. I'm not going to include that even. Would you define YouTube as a hobby, chore, job, or other?
I think definitely a hobby. I think, you know, a goal of mine for a while was to maybe have it be a job. I don't know that that'll ever be the case, but at this point, you know, I'm okay with it, because it's something that I do for fun and I do in my spare time, and that's kind of to me what a hobby means. So I think definitely a very fun, creative hobby.
As this is Hobby Hunters, what other hobbies do you currently have?
You know, my life is not that exciting, I will tell you that right now. Like I did mention, I do real estate, so sometimes I honestly feel like that is a hobby. Obviously it's a job too, but I have a lot of fun with it, and I literally just get so creative in the things I do. So the creative part of it to me feels like a hobby, so I put a lot of time into designing and editing and increasing my social media presence under the lens of real estate. So I do a lot with that, and then I also really enjoy photography, which kind of goes with the YouTube. And other than that, I mean, occasionally shop, talk to Mason, hang out with my boyfriend. I do love being outside, not like camping, but like just being in the sun. I enjoy that too, if that's a hobby.
All right, sun is going down. One last question. I think that was great for everything else. We got good
Thank
answers.
you.
So any last words? Plug your websites. Any last things
My
you want to say?
links, my stuff. Cut that part out. Oh, well, thank you so much for having me on the channel. It is an honor. I have always honestly like looked up to Masonide. Like I just love that it is very authentic. Here he is.
Oh yeah!
I love that it is very authentic, and I'm excited for this new series of Hobby Hunters. I've heard so much about it, you guys, and there is so much yet to be seen and yet to be created. So definitely stay tuned for more of that. My info is TiaTravels24, and because I am sometimes inconsistent, I do have a couple other different handles that I will give Mason, and he can maybe link them below because they're like a little random. They're all mostly variations of TiaTravels24, but that is my handle on Instagram and YouTube, where I'm probably most active. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. It's been a pleasure.
Unfortunately, all things must come to an end, and this is the end of this hobbies video. I hope that you had some fun here, you might have learned some stuff, and possibly we sparked some interest, and I hope you're excited for the next hobby we'll go over, which is geocaching as a hobby. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. We out. The first step of any video is having.
Oh, it's you. I don't know. I thought you were on the deck.